Morocco is magnificent. ديما مغرب أخواتي.
Of course, you can visit the main tourist attractions, the must-see restaurants and the riads designed for foreign guests. But this video is about something else. How to travel Morocco like a local, not a tourist. I've been coming to Morocco for over 35 years. I have a family, a home, and deep roots in this place. Follow my lead to find out how to experience Morocco like locals do. In this video, I'll share 5 essential activities that are popular with Moroccans.
We'll count down from number 5 to my top recommendation, so stay with me until the end.
Number 5. Eat like a local. Sure, you can try spots that serve traditional dishes ceremonially in sumptuous decor, often reconstructing Orientalist fantasies. But I recommend asking an honest-looking taxi driver, hotel clerk, friend or colleague where locals really eat. Ask for the best and cleanest street food stall in town. Then ask where families go or where taxi drivers and truckers grab a meal after a shift. Because there's more to Moroccan cuisine than couscous. Morocco is a true foodie destination, and locals take eating very seriously. I have favorite spots in Casablanca, Marrakesh, El Jadida, Rabat, Tangier, Fnideq, Mdiq, Tétouan, and Chefchaouen. Honestly, each city deserves its own video. In fact, there are enormously popular YouTube channels devoted just to street food. One I recommend is Bohemian Kitchen, run by a Muslim Korean living in Morocco. Locals love him, and he loves them. Some of my personal favorites in the north, where my home is, include bocadillos, Spanish-style baguette sandwiches, filled with just about everything. I also love a good bowl of harira, a thick tomato-based broth with chickpeas, eggs, bits of meat, and other mysteries, best eaten with dates. And nothing beats a fried seafood platter, called fritura de pescado, or fritura de mariscos in the north, reflecting the Spanish influence. Here I am, enjoying one at a seaside restaurant in Mdiq, northern Morocco. And for dessert, try a drink called zaazaa. Originally from Tétouan, it's made with dates, avocado, raisins, almonds, milk, and whatever else the place wants to add. Fruit, pudding, mixed nuts, chocolate, cookies. It's decadent and delightful in moderation. I'm Dr. Jason Idriss Sparkes, street scholar and poet, exploring visions of the good life and beauty in Islamic contexts with you. Number 4, wander beyond the tourist zones. You still need to be savvy since some neighborhoods are safer than others. Look for lively areas where Moroccan families spend time. Explore residential districts, souqs, and markets that serve locals, and venture into the countryside. A good rule of thumb is to ask trustworthy people for guidance. Moroccans are generally very hospitable. Be selective because, like anywhere, there are a few who take advantage of tourists, but if you stay smart and open-hearted, it's easy to meet people who will show you more. If someone you trust invites you for lunch, a wedding, a shopping trip, or a day in the countryside, that's an amazing chance to step away from tourist traps, where most visitors only stop for a quick photo. When I first came to Morocco in 1990, I accepted an invitation to get off the bus from Fez to Marrakesh and follow a doctor back to his village in the Middle Atlas Mountains. I ended up staying there for the rest of my trip, never made it to Marrakesh, and I even considered settling there permanently, becoming Muslim, and marrying a Moroccan. Imagine that. In the end, I gradually did all those things. Anyway, let's move on to my top 3 recommendations. Number 3, go to the same beaches as Moroccans. Skip the tourist resorts and head to places enjoyed by Moroccan families. But don't go to just any beach at any time. First, avoid July and August if you don't like heavy crowds. I prefer May to June, and then the last week of August through early October. Second, some beaches are better than others, so do your research on the cleanest and safest options in the region you'll visit. Again, nothing like asking a trustworthy local. My recommendation is to travel east from Tangier. That would be one great possibility to discover a lot of great beaches. The further you drive along that spectacular coastal road, the more hidden gems you'll discover. I did a full video on my favorite beach in Fnideq, about an hour and a half east of Tangier. Do yourself a favor and stick to the coastal road. It's slower than the highway, but the scenery is breathtaking. Mountains meeting the sea, and the Spanish coastline across the strait, including the Rock of Gibraltar. The first time I drove along that road was in 2003, and it completely blew me away. I still think it's the most pleasant drive in the world. After Fnideq, you'll find a stretch of resorts most tourists never hear about, but Moroccans and elite visitors from Spain and the Gulf know very well. Some are affordable, others more upscale, like the Sofitel or the Ritz-Carlton Tamouda. What they all share is that they're clean and beautifully kept. The King of Morocco himself spends most of his summers on the royal estate just half an hour east of Fnideq. If you keep driving east towards Hoceima, give yourself several days, that's my opinion. Along the way, you'll want to stop often to enjoy the beaches, springs, fishing towns, and small ports that make this coastline so special. Number 2, do not only visit showcase mosques and madrasas. There is a plethora of beautiful mosques, zawiyas, and other places of worship, including churches and synagogues. Basically, you want to avoid being the sort of tourist only interested in the vestiges of a long-gone age when there is a living civilization with its own spirituality and culture evolving before your eyes. So visit the medieval sites as well as the contemporary ones. See which elements have been perpetuated and what has evolved. That's how you truly get to know a people and their worldview. Okay, are you ready for my top recommendation? I'll tell you right after this message from the Beauty in Islam channel.
If you're enjoying my explorations of beauty and excellence in Islamic contexts, please feel free to share the love by liking, commenting, sharing your thoughts, subscribing, and of course, offering a prayer.
Number 1, spend time in as many cafes as you can. Take in the living pulse of Morocco while sipping on an iconic Moroccan mint tea or a coffee. Start with the bustling street cafes, where tourists and local bank employees sit side by side, talking and being interrupted by beggars and shoe shiners. Be kind to those who approach you, but don't take your wallet out too fast in public. Be smart. Then check out the upscale cafes, where fashionable couples sit next to people negotiating business deals. Try a rooftop terrace cafe with a view, or relax in a beachside spot. Stay there until the sun goes down. In fact, stay there as long as you want. Take it all in. Now, most cafes across Morocco cater to the working class and are frequented mainly by men. Women are not forbidden, but it isn't always culturally sensitive for a foreign woman to sit in the middle of a space where local men are used to behaving in ways they wouldn't in front of their sisters and mothers, like smoking or shouting at the TV with their buddies. But women have their own habits. If you're invited into a neighborhood home, know that if you're a man, the women of the house may be waiting for you to head out to a cafe so they can relax together. If you're a woman, stay and listen to the details of everyday life. laugh with your hostesses, and witness a wealth of women's customs. The inner sanctum of the home is where tradition is often carried by women. That might not be what you're used to if you're not Muslim or if you come from a very liberal Muslim family. But believe me, some of the most intimate conversations where you truly glimpse how ordinary Moroccans experience the world often unfold over coffee or mint tea in gender-segregated spaces. And the drinks themselves are diverse. Beyond the classic green tea with mint and strong black coffee with warm milk, there are many variations and regional twists. But that's a whole other video in itself.
So there you have it. 5 essential things to do in Morocco if you want to travel like a local, not a tourist.
From food and wandering to beaches, sacred spaces, and cafes, each of these experiences will give you a real sense of everyday Moroccan life. Check out my other videos on Morocco, including the one on Fnideq Beach, and stay tuned for more. Morocco plays a central role in this channel on beauty in Islam.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Salam.